Mr. Santiago. Y'all keep doing your thing.
What's up, it's your girl, Shakana Jones, tuning in to the Candy Shop. Girl, so cast member of the hit show, LA here. And you are listening to Candy Shop. Girl Diamond, a.k.a. Miss 32 Flavors, and I'm sitting with the Candy Shop Radio.
Questions like, did you say those like good questions? I was like, oh, she said questions. And she and I was like, oh, like a real.
Hey, you guys, we are live in the Candy Shop. I'm at Kenya TSC on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Kenya Kardashian on Facebook. Kenya the Sweetest Thing on YouTube. But today, I'm super excited that you guys are continuing to kick off 2017 here in the Candy Shop, where real people are dealing with real issues and looking for realistic solutions, because you know that I got you. I'm super excited because for New Music Monday, we are inviting a very special guest and a very special friend of mine, Miss Renee Gardner. You're live in the Candy Shop. How you feeling, Queen? What's going on with you?
I'm feeling great. I'm happy to be back in Atlanta and here on the Candy Shop. I'm finally live in the Candy Shop. You know, I've been getting all of your motivational texts.
Thank you.
And the quotes and everything. And I'm always, you know, even if I can't tune in live, like I always get your announcements and everything. So, you know, I'm just glad to finally be here.
Well, I'm super excited to have you in the building. I owe you this because you have done so much for me. Like, you are definitely instrumental in my life, in my story. Everything I got going on is because of you. Now, of course, you have the music popping off. We met in the entertainment journalism world, but today is really special for me because this is my first time dressing up as a transgender woman in the Candy Shop.
Oh yes,
in the Candy Shop. But you were also the person who motivated me and gave me the confidence that I needed to step out as a transgender woman on my 28th birthday, because we had those hours together when you were actually in the house helping me iron my clothes, taking our medicine, getting right for the party.
Yes.
And it was because I was so vulnerable at that moment, and I was really nervous. And a lot of people see I'm very, very confident, but in that moment anything could have broke me. And because you were so encouraging, like, it motivated me, and that's how I can do this today.
Oh,
and I
you
feel
gonna make me cry.
It was full circle that I do the first live broadcast as a transgender woman with the person who gave me the confidence to be able to step out like this. So this is really more than the music.
Yes, no, this is amazing. And yes, this bob is fierce in real life, okay? It looks so beautiful. It looks so soft. Like, trust me, I know I have natural hair, but I just been over here like looking like, you know, you want to touch somebody's hair, but you know, like, they start singing Solange on you, don't touch my hair.
Don't touch. You're so stupid. I'm super excited to have you in the building. We have so much to discuss because you have so much going on. The single Come Together, out here promoting unity. And you're not only singing about it, you're really living this thing, facilitating hip-hop town hall meetings here in Atlanta. For the people who don't know who you are, who is Renee Gardner? Who is at Renee the G?
Ooh, that's funny. Okay, so Renee Gardner is from New Jersey. I have been in Atlanta for about 8 years now, and I'm hip hop soul. You know, I think that I grew up in the 90s because I was born in the 80s, and you know, so I did have a chance to, I think, experience all the things that I think everyone cherishes about the 90s and with the hip hop and R&B. But at the same time, I grew up during the TRL phase, and you know, watching
the
TV.
World.
Yes,
when videos were actually on the video channels.
Absolutely. And where, you know, the radio, like I was a kid that listened to the radio, and I knew, like, my cousin called me Radio Raheem, and I like knew all the words to all the songs, and you know, it's just a lot of stuff like that. So I've always been singing, always. Like, my dad named me Renee because in this book that he actually had of name meanings, it meant full of song. He was into, yes, and you know, funny because I never really I never say any of this stuff, and since we're doing this today, even the same, like, my grandmother, I grew up in the church, you know, my grandmother was singing, she had a very deep type of voice. It was very interesting, but she had a very good, like, cool voice, and my dad sang.
Wow.
So, and he played instruments, and you know, just a lot of different things. So just over time, like, you know, I grew up singing, and in school and different competitions. And then just once I got to Atlanta, you know, I went to school for PR and event planning, because obviously you know, from New Jersey, you don't really think, there's a lot of great people, Whitney Houston and Lauryn Hill and stuff, that come out of New Jersey, and Queen Latifah, of course, I can't forget that.
Right.
But it's not really something that, it's not like Atlanta.
Right.
Like, it's like you can be 16 years old and you're in the studio and your best friend's a producer. And, you know, it just wasn't that type of environment that I grew up in. So, you know, just through time and going to school and learning about branding and marketing, you know, my cousin who just passed, Erica, rest in peace. Thank you. She moved here to Atlanta. And she was one of the people that inspired me to just move here. She talked about how great it was. And I came down here, and it was just like, all right, let's get it. Like, I was in Jersey and New York and all over the place there. So it was like, you know what, let's go. And then I came here, met some friends, just trying to be out in the clubs.
Right. Trying to be
out in
really
the clubs.
About.
And, you know, just trying to get in free, become a promotional person. And one of my friends ends up... Jay Kelly, or, you know, Pip for people who know, you know, because we're watching, you know, we're on this live thing, and I'm here, you know, where people actually, you know, watch this. And, you know, and he actually ended up going from, we were working together, and he was a really cool person, and I started to be around just other people, and they were around different people and different artists, and then he ends up calling me one day telling me he's working with T-Pain, and like he's his assistant, and you know, so I go over there and I'm hanging out, and now this whole time I'm around these people, I'm listening to this awesome music, and nobody knows I sing. No one has a clue at all. They don't even know.
And that speaks volumes about your resume, because like, to hear the fact that you've always been singing and you had such a musical influence your entire life, but I know you for entertainment journalism. I know you for facilitating hip-hop town hall meetings here in Atlanta. Like, you've been active outside of the music, and it's like you've completely flipped the script and said, it's about my music.
I had to, you know, at a certain point, you know, I was offered different opportunities that you know, and a great person named Charles from the Superior Sounds record label, you know, he gave me an opportunity to work with him and his team. And from there, a lot of things that will, I'm sure, eventually come to the light, because it is a very intriguing story.
Right.
Basically involved me into their story. And then he said that he wanted to invest in me as an artist. So even before that, I really said, you know what? I just have to do this right. You know what? Right. I know people like you. I know a lot of other people, and I can't come out here half-stepping. So no matter how good you can sing, how good you think your songs are, you know, it's just a lot of other things to being an artist that you really have to have together. And then at the point of me working behind the scenes and meeting all these amazing people, I knew that, okay, if I'm going to put myself out there, I have to just give it my all and just make sure I'm doing the right things. And that's what I think was happening, because I've been doing showcases and stuff in Atlanta since 2011, 2012. And a lot of people don't know that, because the indie scene is different from the industry.
Oh, definitely.
Totally different.
Definitely.
So, you know, it's just, it just took some time for me to make my way over here, you know, and just put myself in the right positions and have people like you who believe in me, you know, not even just like, even as a person. And you know that, you know, I'm the type of person who, you know, I get the job done, and I'm going to make sure that, you know, if this is something that I really want, you know, whether it's for myself or one of my friends, you know, we're going to make that happen.
Definitely. You know, so. Renee Gardner is in the building. Music Monday Live in the Candy
Philip
Shop.
Hudson, hey.
Hey, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is so amazing. This is my first live broadcast as a transgender woman. And this is full circle, because Renee is here, because she was actually with me in my private moments. Just getting myself prepared to step out for the first time as a transgender woman. So I figured if we was going to go live, I might as well get my son in the building, the single, Come Together, powerful lyrics. And I mean, it's even more powerful because you're not just singing about it, you actually live it. The track Come Together, where did it come from? The sample is dope. I mean, just listening to it off top just puts you in that space, performing at SOBs. Like, it's a lot going on. Coming together. How did the record come about? What it's about?
The record was produced by Nate Rhodes. I, just like most artists, had found some tracks online. I work with my engineer / and this goes into one of your questions because she sent me some good questions. I already working over here. This is a real interview. She sent me. My boyfriend is an engineer.
Okay.
And he's engineered all of my stuff. Shout out to the real H&F. It's his social media stuff. It's H&F stands for Hustle and Flow. He's an artist as well.
Oh wow!
Awesome. Stay tuned. There's stay tuned. Just stay tuned. I think I was gonna say there was stuff online, but he pulled it down because.
And that's a good thing when an artist can recognize it's not what I want to give yet.
Yeah,
and that's bold.
It's real interesting. But needless to say, yes, we were. He's like an avid. What he calls it is a professional beat chooser.
Okay.
And if you go, and there's a lot of beats and stuff and tracks online, and if you go to places like SoundClick or YouTube and even SoundCloud, there's a lot of producers sharing their music, and you can he'll basically find really great tracks and download them, and we would listen to them, or even just in the car, go maybe on YouTube and just go through some stuff. And I started singing some, just random songs. Right. The first song I remember, it was something so stupid. And it was like, something told me I should have went down West Peachtree. Something told me I should have went down West Peachtree. 'Cause 17... it'll be on that bullshit. 17, it'll be on that bullshit. And I'm just trying to get home. So I was doing this song, just messing around in the car and, and he was, and we started listening to other songs and little tracks. I was like, yo, I need to do, because I have been working on some music for an album.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, you know what? I just want to do a couple songs and just put them out. Not be so worried and all this extra stuff and what's just other stuff. I just want to do something and I want to just go ahead and put it out. And that's pretty much what we did. That day we were just like, okay, bet. This was literally last year this time.
What?
Around the same time, not too far off. And I listened to the music. Because this is after I was told by Charles that, he was interested in investing in me.
Okay.
Started doing my stuff, and then I heard this music, or it was around this time. And around the same time, around about. And I was listening to the songs, and I wrote 3 songs within a couple days. I wrote about 4 or 5 songs. 3 of them I kind of decided I recorded. 4 of them I recorded. And then 3 of them, after having somebody else listen to them, I actually decided I was just going to go ahead. I was just going to put it out.
Okay.
I put it out through TuneCore, so it's available on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. So that's Come Together, a song called All Day, and a song called In the End. Those are the 3 songs that actually made it out. So, and yes, so they're all online now, and that was just my thing. Okay, put it out, so that way you have content, so that way you can get other people, you can just get some people rallied behind you. Now that you have someone who's going to back you, and you've seen this person working, that they'll do what it takes to help an artist get to where they need to get to. So it's like, okay, you know what, let me just do what I need to do to make sure that I set myself up correctly. So
it's New Music Monday. Renee Gardner is here live in the candy shop. You may know her as at Renee the G. We're talking about your industry career so far, and I say industry career because you've had the opportunity to see the game from all sides.
Yeah.
And seeing it from all sides and then putting yourself out there, what has been the most rewarding now that you've released the music?
The most rewarding. I think the most rewarding is actually having the people in the industry recognize me for what I'm doing. only because you can be standing next to the person who has the keys to open the door, and that doesn't mean that they have to open the door for you. And you have to understand that as an artist, and you have to, like, you know, it just doesn't,
right.
It doesn't matter how much work you feel like you've put in, right, or what you feel like somebody owes you. Like, that's not the case. So I think it's just the fact that somebody did, you know, stay and, you know, they're to come to a show, or, you know, not even come to a show, see me at a show and actually stay and listen. Because, you know, there are people that might see you or know that you're performing, but they've only come for maybe someone else that they know that's going to give them a check, and then they'll leave, you know, and I've seen that, you know, so, you know, it's just things like that, you know, and I know, you know, DJ 730 is in the building, yes, you know, with us, and I know we've definitely talked about a lot of this stuff just over time and just different things, and, you know, just, you know, going through that, and like I said, you know, just getting to a point where you're in a room full of artists, you know, and now getting the opportunities, you know, to go other places and do other things. For instance, like like you said, SOBs, and I did perform at Standing Rock in North Dakota for the No Doppel benefit concert, yes, and, you know, so definitely getting a lot, you know, just different, better opportunities. I think I want to say that's the most rewarding when you talk about the industry. But honestly, just most rewarding overall, I really just think that it's I'm glad to find people that actually appreciate my music and want to support it. It's really something that just really keeps you saying, like, okay, like, I gotta, like, to really keep going. Like, you know, you gotta take that extra, you know, it's like, okay, we gotta make sure we do this. Okay, we gotta make sure I get visuals for this. No, I don't want to just put out more music. Like, I want to make sure that I get visuals for my music, and, you know, do other things for, you know, to make sure that we keep this going.
That is definitely what's up. You've taken a brave step. You've put yourself out there. And of course, I'm pretty sure you know what you want the people to see. What has been one of the biggest misconceptions about Renee the G?
You know, sometimes when you think about misconceptions, you also have to think about the way that you portray yourself, mm-hmm, you know, because even the same, you know, I'm still fighting, you know, the fact that, you know, there are still people who call me and ask me to do, you know, work and stuff, but I have to be honest with myself and say, no, you need to stop doing that and really just focus on the music. And, you know, I just think that that's one of the things that I think people who probably see this, and they've probably seen tons of flyers and things, and just think like, oh, he's probably interviewing her about some interviews or something she's done. But it's like, I do so much more, and I don't think has been too many misconceptions yet. I just think that the world has yet to know, I think, just me who I am as a person. So, you know,
to peel the onion of
I've done the behind the scenes stuff, you know. Yes, I am about unity and peace and stuff, but I am goofy, you know. I do act up. I do throw shade just like everybody else. Like, you know, it's just a little bit, you know. Like, if you follow me on Twitter at Renee the G, you'll definitely see what I mean. You know, I retweet funny things, and there might be I save the ones that are inappropriate, and I send them to my friends in my chat groups, like, you know, just things like that. Like, you know, it's just, you know, I'm funny. I read articles, you know, I read everything. So trust me, if I say, you know, I'm speaking on something, it's usually because, you know, I've read something somewhere.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, you put your face and your work all over the place. How do you handle the snakes and the phonies and the clowns? Because they everywhere in the industry, professionally, in the streets, hustling, grinding. But how does Renee the G handle individuals that are not Team Renee?
Do you know that meme, the Homer Simpson meme, where it's like he's like backing up into the bush?
Yes.
That's me. That's me. Like, I am so ghost. Like, I'm so ghost. Like, because, you know what? Because here, the thing is just over time, people are not going to tell you everything. They're not going to tell you that person's fake, that person's phony, that person steals, that person's really doesn't support you, that person just wants a check. Like, people are not going to tell you these things. So a lot of times they'll sit there and they'll watch you and watch you and watch you work with this person, and then all of a sudden something happens and like, yeah, man, I knew like 3 other people, same thing happened to. Well, why didn't you tell me? Like, well, it could have been different. So it's like everybody's experience, you know, is a different situation. But honestly, I have to remove myself. Like, if I can remove myself from just the best possible way. And a lot of times you don't even have to remove yourself or do something where you have to be negative or tell somebody about themselves or blast somebody on social media. Whether you delete it or not, we all see it. You know, so it's like you don't even have to do any of that stuff. Sometimes God allows things to happen in your life that like removes you from that situation.
So Come on, Evangelist Renee.
It does. It happens. Like, it really, it's crazy how, you know, you notice it. If you really stop to really think about your life, if you are paying attention to your life, if you say, I don't see it, then you are not paying attention to yourself. But if you really see it, it's like things will happen where it's like something's going on and you sit there, and I know you probably sit there and pray about it and think, say, you know what should I do? You know, I don't know. And even if you just say, pray and you roll your eyes, okay, even if you meditate on it, even if you think on it, even if you get high to it, you stop and think whatever it is, you know, it's just like you sit back and you really think about it. It's like, okay, you know what, like at some point like that, either the idea comes to you or something already happens, or it's like, yeah, like if you don't feel like take somebody to the store, no, I'm playing. Don't do your friend like that. Don't do your friend like that.
Did they find a way? I'm with you. Renee is in the building. I'm super excited. For those who are just tuning in, this is so special for me. It's my first time doing an in-studio interview in the candy shop.
You look very beautiful.
Thank you. First time.
Whole outfit to the shoes and everything. We don't have a shoe cam, but
yes,
yet.
And Renee was the person that was with me the night I stepped out for my 28th birthday as a transgender woman for the first time. And I'm still embracing this thing, trying to figure it all out. But to have amazing people like Renee by my side at moments when you finna say, I want to change my sex. We had so much to talk about. So Renee kept me together, and I appreciate her. And I'm super excited to have you in the building discussing the music, discussing the legacy, because you're definitely making an imprint here in Atlanta. Last night, recently at the Golden Globes, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, basically gave a big shout out to Atlanta. Earlier in the interview, you gave a shout out to Atlanta for the possibility that it has. How influential has Atlanta been on your sound, on your music, and on your ability to get out of these streets and actually push these things like hip hop town hall meetings that we actually need in the community? How much of an influence did Atlanta play? When you say it, Atlanta,
even though there's a lot of different sides, a lot of different, you know, it's like a beautiful woman, you know, if you think about it like that, and it has a lot of different emotions and sides and aspects to it. But the part where you're talking about with me, I really feel, when I look at Atlanta, and the reason I started the hip hop town hall is because I seen that this is such a magical place with a lot of people doing a lot of great things, and those people can really build the infrastructure that I think Atlanta needs for artists to be able to thrive here and build a community. And even, you know, just even the hip hop community, because, you know, as much as you wouldn't say hip hop is associated with black people, it is, but there are a lot of people who are not of the black community essentially that still do a lot in the hip hop culture. And hip hop essentially is, you know, just giving back to the community, being positive and helping, you know, your fellow person, and, you know, even while expressing yourself through, you know, the b-boy and everything else. So I really started that because I really felt like we needed a place to come together and actually just talk about different things that we need to do and network and really just build this infrastructure that was necessary. So I really just, that's just just the song Come Together, you know, and just different stuff, you know. And I've been out here, you know, working, and, you know, it's just a different focus just being out here in Atlanta. Like, don't let the North, don't say, oh, Atlanta is like slow or it's south. Like, it's not slow. There's always stuff going on, you know, and it just, that's what keeps you going. But at the same time, you cannot, as Gucci says, do not get lost in the sauce. Like, it's so quick. It's one of those, like, Atlanta will, like, it builds you up. Like, you know, like I went to LA with an artist, And he met this, and shout out to Reeve, telling the story. So I go with Reeve to this concert. He meets this booking agent on a flight, and he's like, he called her, but he told her to come to this show. Now this show is pretty much, these people are like the white version of me, but like they sing like folk music, and they have this dope band, and it was really great.
Come through.
And then it was like, no, it was really awesome. Like, and I wish I knew their names, but two women were amazing. And we go there, and of course any other person's just kind of like stand there and like, okay, well, she's here, hopefully I'll see her somewhere. And Atlanta really taught me to be like, no, I'm about to go back here. I was backstage. I was upstairs. I got to the point where I ended up we ended up like, I just finagled and whatever. We ended up going upstairs and ended up seeing the woman, and he was just like, oh my God, like I cannot believe this is really happening right now.
Right.
And I really want to credit that to, and that drive and just that like that confidence to Atlanta, because it really does. Like, if it's it's sad because it almost like that confidence can turn into this like, do you know what this egotism right, this egotism where you have to watch that, you have to mind that, but it does give you that confidence to just go for it and just step out of the herd,
ATL is making bosses.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If Jersey wasn't enough and New York didn't do much harm, then Atlanta definitely killed it. Yeah.
Okay, my girl Renee Gardner is here. Live in the Candy Shop. It's our first ever in-studio live broadcast. I'm sharing it with a personal friend, and I'm super excited. You have amazing music out. Come Together is one of the records that we play here in the Candy Shop. The project is coming really, really soon. Hip Hop Town Hall meetings are still going on out here in these streets. Really about this stuff. Donald Trump is going to be the president of the United States of America for 4 years. How do we come together when you have a leader like Donald Trump?
I think that there are a lot of things that we can do in our communities that have nothing to do with who is the president of our country.
Okay.
I just think that at the end of the day, really a lot of stuff that we look at, whether it's helping to clean up the streets, like literally picking up the garbage in the streets, whether it's, to actually help to bring, the farmers markets and things to your community, so that way your people eat better, so that way, we're living better, we're not dealing with all these issues. It's just a lot of different things that we can actually do, like in our neighborhoods, that have nothing to do with who the president is. And I just think that that's really what we need to focus on. Like, until we stop focusing on who they did and what they did and who didn't do what and electoral votes, because we don't want to go down that road. So anytime somebody starts mentioning who put who in office, I just say electoral votes, and we're just going to leave it right there. So regardless, I just think that that's what we need to do. We need to just come together and focus on us.
Definitely so. I appreciate you for hanging out with us here in the Candy Shop.
I appreciate you. Let me talk and talk.
I definitely don't want to keep you too long. This is such a magical moment for me, and to share it with family makes it even more amazing. What should the people be on the lookout for?
Well, just be on the lookout for everything. I just recorded a new song last night. So I'm definitely going to be putting that out as well with a visual.
Yeah.
I'm going, the Come Together video will be coming to you soon. And, just to keep on the lookout. I have some different things coming up. I'm just definitely in the process of we need to get some stuff done. We need to just keep the content out there. I've just even been more active on Instagram, and I just noticed even just more people just being more active with me. So I definitely have to even the same. I know I'm not that great on Facebook yet, so please help me out, guys. Like, help me out. I need to stay on Facebook with you guys, but once I get there, I know even the same. If you're on Facebook just like you are, you have those people that are going to talk to you, and they're telling you that they love you and that you're your sister, and so it's like it's just that's
follow Renee.
Yeah. Just follow me wherever you are on Renee the G. I'm Renee. I'm at Renee the G everywhere. RENEE the G. That's it pretty much. Renee Gardner for all my music. So. in either way. If you can't find it, just ask me. I'm there. You can find me. You know, I'm not hiding. I don't have anybody else running my accounts, you know, so just hit me up.
I appreciate you, Renee the G, for kicking off this super amazing leg of the Candy Shop. We're definitely going live, going visual, and to have you here in this building with me, sharing this moment with me. We've shared so many. It's so crazy when you're blessed to meet real friends in the industry, and I have been blessed to meet real friends in the industry, and I'm super excited to share this journey with you. Follow Renee the G. Pick up the music. Come Together is out right now. New music is coming very, very soon. It's New Music Monday, The Candy Shop. I'm at Kenya TSC on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Kenya Kardashian on Facebook. Kenya the Sweetest Thing on YouTube. You can check us out here in The Candy Shop each and every Monday, where real people are dealing with real issues and looking for realistic solutions, because you know that I got you. I feel so beautiful. I'm super excited to share this moment with you guys. It's only right that we end the show with Come Together. We definitely played it, gave it a double take, and it's only right. Listen to the words, listen to the message. Renee, you are a friend of the Candy Shop. Whatever you need from us, consider it done, Queen.
Thank you. Subscribe to my YouTube, Renee Gardner.
I love you so much, kids. Go get my makeup on you. Right.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's live. Hey, y'all. Did y'all like this? I really enjoyed it. Me and Renee is actually about to 7:30. You gonna come? DJ 730 is in the building. You know all mine swinging this out, y'all. Definitely make sure you guys follow Renee. Make sure you follow at Kenya TST on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Renee the G, at Renee the G everywhere.
Yes, thank you guys for watching and listening. And thanks, Darcel. That was beautiful.
We love you guys.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Love you. See you next time in the Candy Shop.